everybody, and welcome to the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. My name is Dave Juskow. It is Tuesday, January 16th, 2024. Very cold here in New York City, and Mike tells me it's very cold in Texas as well. Isn't that right, Mike?
It's chilly down here.
Yeah, it just started getting, well, apparently the whole country is blanketed with cold, not the kind of cold I think was in Kansas City this weekend for the big football game, but because that was, I believe, the actual temperature was 1, and then the real feel was like below something. So this is why I don't play football, because I could not handle the cold. That would be a problem. My hands get cold even when I'm just hanging around the house. So can't be. But yes, nice to see everybody. Anonymous, Marcy, excellent. Great to see everybody. I hope you're not too cold. It was snowing here in New York today when I was coming home from the last season finale of Wings and Beer. Last night, it started to snow. It was a very pleasant walk home through Times Square and the like, with a nice snow falling in New York City. And it is funny that we all are sitting here waiting. We want snow. And then everything was closed today because of the snow, and then everybody's pissed off again. So you can't have it both ways. It's one or the other. It's like, I'm starting teaching, Mike, Thursday, and school was closed today. Like they canceled the first day of classes, or at least the first 2 hours of classes.
I gotcha.
So then if I'm worried about taking off one of the days, I'm like, I guess nobody cares. I mean, what happens if it's a snow day? Then what do you do? Then what are you going to do?
Exactly.
What's going to happen? I mean, I assume one of the days I'm teaching for 15, 16 weeks, one of those days it's probably going to be bad weather, but I can always make it. I just take the New Jersey Transit train. It goes right to the campus. Hi, a week late. Nice to see you. Remember, this is the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. We do this to plug the thing behind me, which is the world-famous Comedy Cellar, and, of course, the Olive Tree Cafe above it, which is great food, great fun times restaurant. You want to see all your famous comedians just walk in and be themselves, you can have dinner at the Olive Tree Bar. A lot of people don't tell you that. You can just hang out outside, and then it's just very exciting. So, just right, Mike? I mean, you just see everybody walking in.
Yeah, it's great.
Go, oh my God, there's such and such. It's like the Brown Derby in the 50s in LA, I guess. Was that Suzanne Plachette? What a callback. So yeah, and tonight, if you were to come, you'd see our pals Adam Ferrara, who doesn't come that often because he's always out busy doing stuff, and Cypher Sounds are all performing there this evening, let alone the Sam Morrells and the Marina Franklins and people like that. Total friends of the show are also performing that tonight. Of course, we are virtual because Mike is in Texas. I am in New York, and we will be here for the next 3 weeks until Mike comes back, and then we're going to get serious. Then we will have guests galore for 3 weeks. 3 and 3. Hello, Liz. Nice to see you. Thank you for listening to the podcast. I'm glad everybody likes the new theme song, apparently.
Like we have a guest tonight.
What?
We have a guest tonight.
That's right. Is she here?
Yes.
Oh, well, then let's bring her in. Yeah, we have a guest tonight just because we're virtual. Well, this is the only way to get this guest. I've been begging her to come downtown, but she unfortunately lives all the way. I mean, it was a smart move when COVID hit. Now it's time to move back, or just at least closer. From Vermont, of course, our favorite guest. I can just say it. Molly Heckerling, everybody. Here she is.
Hello.
Oh, there she is. Hello, Molly.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming out. We always love having you. I mean, I want you to come into the studio one time. We can see each other in person.
I do. Yeah, I would love that instead of doing this like remote from the fucking shining castle in the snowbound hills of Burlington or wherever the fuck I am.
Do you have a lot of snow there?
Yeah, we got like a foot today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so we're sort of in the same boat as you guys. Like we had a little bit before, but today we just got slammed.
I mean, so outside your window, it's a winter wonderland.
It's a winter wonderland that makes you want to kill yourself.
And there's no way we can see a photo of that or anything.
I could try to lift my laptop and show you out the window, but
everybody would love that. That's
exciting. Oh yeah, sure. Here you get to see my street in fucking South Burlington. As all my plugs.
Oh wow. What? Wow. Where
Does
do
that look snowy?
yeah, but there's all like it looks like Christmas lights and stuff, but that can't be. It's just regular lights. It looks like you're in the city.
It's very quaint up here. They hang little lights on the island that they petitioned to keep when they wanted to get rid of the island in the middle of the street. Yeah, it's just a very gingerbready sort of vibe up here, and I don't fit in whatsoever. The people take one look at me and they're just sort of like, she doesn't fit into our small town quasi passive aggressive mold of normalcy. And so yeah, every day I'm just like, I should go back to New York. I should go back to New York. But I'm also here and the kids like it. It was a smart move during COVID, and now we all have COVID anyway.
You got COVID again?
Well, Jason got COVID,
That
and
guy
I
always gets
tested.
COVID.
Huh?
He gets COVID all the time.
He is
always have
COVID. No. He only got it once. The last time we got it last year, we came to the city to visit mom, and the second we got there, found out she had it. So that fucking blue turds. I'm sorry, am I allowed to? Is the FCC gonna close this down for me saying blue turds? Yeah, we had it once. And then I started having seizures afterwards, after we got it. Like, I didn't even get COVID that bad, but like the after effects were really fucked up. So now I'm just like, I really don't want this again.
Oh, wow.
You go over there. I'm sleeping on the couch.
Boy. It's almost impossible not to get it when you're living in those quarters. I mean, the way I look at it, you either get it or you don't. And, you know, obviously you're not going to get it because you've been with the kids and him in the same house already. You'd already have it.
It's weird. Yeah. Sort of like sometimes you just know it's going to get you. And then other times it's like, yeah, my girlfriend had it. We were in the same apartment and I didn't get it. And I don't know why. So I pray for Jason, but I'm also just like, please don't let me.
Oh, well, that's yeah. So you don't have to move back to New York. You know, if you don't want to live in the city, you could move to Jersey.
It's not about the city. I do like the city, even for all the Grey Gardens weirdness that comes along with living with my mother. Otherwise, I'd never be able to afford living there because I went to visit Violet. We were there for like 2 days after Christmas, and Violet was like, "Yeah, the average rent is like $7,000 now. Like, it's just insanity.
No, it's awful. Yeah."
So that sort of leaves me with the two options: is sort of like stay here and go insane, or go back to New York and stay with mom and go insane.
Well, I prefer the second option because then, you know, we can hang out more. And
right. Yes. Everyone has their bias in this thing. So whenever I turn to people for advice, it's like, just do this, just do that. Or, but yeah, I don't know. At least it's not like I live in Calcutta or like, Melbourne, Australia.
Well, it feels like that because you never come here. So if you only come, like I thought for sure you were coming during the holidays. So I'm like, I set it up way in advance. I'm like, look, I know you're probably going to come for the holidays. Why wouldn't you go visit the kid's grandmother during the holidays? But no, you didn't.
We did. No, it was a wham bam.
2 days,
it was a wham bam. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
It sucked because we stayed up here for the holidays because Jason's Goyam family came up here for Christmas as a novelty, which was fun because for all the stressing out we did preparing for them, they were just so annoyed with each other in the Airbnb they got. So it's sort of like, okay, you won't have any problems with me. You're all fighting amongst yourselves. Like,
it's just like my new favorite movie. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
I love that book growing up. I
know. Did you see the movie?
I didn't see the movie.
Wow. So we had Wayne Fetterman on a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you know him.
I don't know him. I know of him.
Oh, you do? Yeah. So
yes.
That's what I meant.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's great. He's also a professor at, what is it, Mike? UCLA or USC? One of those. And he was telling us, you know what movie you got to see is Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. And I had already had it ready to go on my DVR, Old Man Juskow, because my sister read that book 150 times. And I never understood why. And I know it meant a lot to women growing up and girls. And so I was always curious, but I never wanted to read it. My mother gave me, and we've already had this conversation, my mother gave me the boys version.
Are You There, God? It's Me, David.
No, it was called Then Again, Maybe I Won't. And it was so goddamn dull that I'm like, this sucks. And I'm sure that book sucks too. But now I've seen the movie. It was fantastic.
Was the other book written by Judy Blume?
Yeah, they're both Judy Blume books.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
so
love Judy Blume.
but here's the funny thing is like now that I've seen the movie and I've heard it's very true to the book, and I don't know why it took 50 years to make, but I wonder if my mother was the temple librarian. So she made us read Judy Blume because she was a Jewish author from New Jersey. But then I wonder, after seeing the movie, if she ever actually saw the book, read the book rather, because, in the book, the girl wants to choose her own religion. And I would think my mother would put a stop to that immediately. So.
She's like, Mom, I think I might be a Buddhist. And she's like, you know what? Put the book down. No more talking to God for you.
But the movie was, yep, there it is. Then again, maybe I won't.
I
And what
never
is that
read
kid
that
doing with
one.
those binoculars? I mean, it made a lot of sense. I used to do it all the time, but I'm like, I don't need to read about what I'm doing.
Oh, what was he, like a voyeur?
He was looking at the girl next door. It's so obvious.
This
I
is
thought it was
very
a kid
different.
version of Rear Window.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
This crazy girl's coming to kill me.
But I definitely used to look out the window to see the girl next door.
I don't remember that part of Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. I never read this other book that I'm assuming is a brother piece to that one, like you said, the boy version of it.
Then again, maybe I won't. Nobody
yeah.
did. Nobody read it. The fact that Mike found a copy of it in the picture that I had as a kid is unbelievable. I hated it.
Yeah. You strike me as more of a Fudge-mania type of guy.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't like any of that Judy Blume stuff. I won't even stop at a rest stop on the Parkway.
I didn't know she has a rest stop.
Yeah, her and John Bon Jovi have rest stops now.
I want to stop at the Judy Blume rest stop and pay homage by getting a sandwich at Panera.
The Judy Blume rest stop is not as good as the John Bon Jovi one, although now there's a lot of construction at the John Bon Jovi one, so they don't even have any food or anything. I think they're making it look real nice. But the Judy Blume one,
you get your first period. The other, you lose your virginity.
Yes. Judy Blume had a great, because I read a bunch of her books growing up. I started with the Fudge books, and then Deanie, which was about a very pretty girl who finds out she has scoliosis and then has to get a back brace and deal with like, oh, I used to be pretty and I have a back brace. But there was a book she wrote that was like for young adults called Forever, about this girl losing her virginity, and it's just loaded with sex scenes. So it's like if you're a 13-year-old girl who wants like literary spanking material, Forever by Judy Blume is like the book.
Maybe I'll check that out anyway.
Yeah.
But wait, somebody just, Anonymous said they offered the rest area to Springsteen and he turned it down. Of course he turned it down. Who wants a rest area named after them? And it's true. I know that's a true story. The Judy Blume rest stop though has a really quality Sunoco station stop, like the food and the it's like a good 7-Eleven, but a nice clean one there. So
the egg salad's always fresh.
Always.
I want a pay toilet named after me.
You see, like, I just don't understand why John Bon Jovi would let this happen. I mean, it's nice. They got a guitar in front. I got a picture. I can send it to you. They got a lit up guitar and everything. It's in the right location. And I don't think there's a lot of gay activity that goes on there because a lot of those rest areas were known for just gay men having sex.
That's more the Freddie Mercury rest stop.
Yeah, exactly. But it's funny. I love stopping at those gas station things. I guess because I live in the city, I just don't get to. There's not a lot. There's 7-Elevens here, but they're gross. So like, there's a nice clean, like by where I teach, there's a Tiger Mart, an Exxon one, and I never go to Exxon after the Valdez. I never get gas at Exxon. That's my way of saying go screw yourself because you fucked up. But I will go to the Tiger Mart, the little store in there. It's really well stocked. Next week I'll show everybody pictures of the extremely well stocked Tiger Mart. It's a dream come true if you live in New York City. That's what people don't understand. They're like, why is he obsessed with that? But the fact that everything is just so well stocked and clean, it's so awesome.
That's more than you can fucking save for Barzini's and Fairway on any given day. It's like, it was well stocked. They had what I was looking for.
Barzini's. What is Aunt Judy? Oh, Anonymous met him. I thought for some reason Aunt Judy said she met him, John Bon Jovi. Right. Marcy, you had some sort of surgery. What would you get, a new hip? She's not even old enough to have that. I don't know. A lot of my friends are getting knee surgery and hip surgery, and I want to make fun, but I'm sure that's around the corner for me, so I don't know. But
You're never too old for a new pair of hips.
exactly.
Brazilian butt lift. New
What-
ankle.
Hey, you have? I read that your puppet show is streaming now or something, right?
Yes,
And
we
and please, I hope that wasn't rude calling it that.
no. What else are you gonna call it?
I
It's a
don't know.
puppet
I
show.
didn't want to be rude. I wasn't sure if there was-
My handcrafted felt gloves.
Yeah, where can we see that?
Characters. So it's still streaming on Trauma. With Lloyd Kaufman and all his Toxic
Oh,
Avenger stuff.
whoa! That's hold the phone, right? Yeah, because I saw it was a Trauma, and I'm like, she can't be talking about the Lloyd Kaufman Trauma. Wait,
Mhm.
what? That's a streaming network. He
Yeah,
has his own
he's-
streaming network.
Yes,
When did
he's-
that come to be?
That came to be it's gonna be a few years old now. And I was contacted a couple years ago by a friend of mine that used to work there who said that, it would be right up Lloyd's alley, and he sent it to him. And we signed a non-exclusivity thing with them, and they just send us checks periodically for like $14 for the show being up on their site. And
Wow.
yeah,
I was
Lloyd's
in the
really
Toxic
cool.
Avenger too.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just an extra, but yeah. I was
I
there with
mean,
me.
there are no small extras.
Yeah, and then the guy from Bon Jovi, Dave Bryan, who's my friend and been on this show before, his first musical was the Toxic Avenger musical.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Was that on off Broadway, or is that just
Yeah, it was
something that's up
off.
there?
I don't think it never made it to Broadway. It's off Broadway. My mom saw it. She said she loved it.
I want to see that. I
couldn't
love
believe
those
it.
like Silence of the Lambs, the musical kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like
I've seen
that.
all. I saw that one actually. I saw that
Yeah.
one. I actually saw that when I was when I saw it. The Hannibal Lecter was played by the guy who played the first husband in Married with Children. The Marcy, is that her name? The next door neighbor's husband.
Right,
He was
the
only in it
handsome
for
guy.
like 1 year, and he was in one of my favorite, me and Sarah Silverman's favorite Jason Bateman show called "It's Your Move"
Mhm.
with Karen Kay. I just know all this kind of stuff, but yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, so
I
we
saw
were.
that, and that was really, and the song was called
Oh, there it
There's
is.
Molly's show.
Yes. But we also were contacted by
Thank you, honey.
a woman who runs a site called Cold Open. And that's a new streaming service that is meant to feature a lot of cool, new, innovative content that, is self-produced by creators to try to get them visibility with, I guess, network executives who work for different streaming platforms like Peacock and other things like that. So it recently went up again on this other streaming site, Cold Open, but it's the same series. And I would like to do new episodes of it in a different way, have them be more self-contained because it's short format. And I'm not a huge fan of overarching plot lines, to be honest, even though they're in vogue now.
So these weren't new. These are the ones you've had for a long time. And
These are the ones we've had for a long time.
Oh.
Yeah. But if someone were to see it and was like, hey, I think this is funny, you also, for this site, she had us write up like a treatment to accompany it and logline kind of stuff. So that was cool. It's always fun to get, and we still get comments on it occasionally, like, what's this? This is weird, and I like it. And, it's like a little wonky YouTube buried treasure for some people, I guess.
Yeah, no, I love it. Oh, there it is. Watch free.
Yes.
Cold
nice.
Open. God, this guy is so good, right?
He's the best. He's on point at every turn. He's
And
like,
he even
this
knew Cold
esoteric
Open was
thing,
with a
here
K.
it is. Yes.
So where do you? So you haven't filmed any in Vermont? These were all filmed in New York.
We filmed a Valentine's Day promo in Vermont with a green screen and some of the characters because Lloyd wanted to do a little Valentine's Day thing. So we did speed dating with the puppets. But now I had an idea for something else with puppets that would be different. So a very Rocky and Bullwinkle-ish, like, side piece. And it would be like abridged versions of movies or literature or historic events, like condensed so far that it just seems really ridiculous. And I would call it abridged too far.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I like all puppet stuff. In fact, this. It's not puppets, but I'm in that new stupid Petrick show.
Yes, that looks funny.
Yeah,
With Sarah Silverman, right?
Yeah, right. I do a voice of the head writer dog, because all the script is written by animals. So I'm the head writer dog, and then I also play a bunny who sounds very much like Damone from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I don't want to say, but
I like
he's
that.
like, hey, I thought we were all going gluten free today.
I like Damone Bunny.
Yeah, me too. And when I told those guys, I'm like, would you be interested in kind of a Damone? They're like, yeah, that'd be great. And that's a testament to your mom. That movie's like 40 years old, and they were like, yeah, that's great. You know,
also a tip of the hat to the beloved Robert Romanus, who
I know
doesn't get enough recognition.
Nobody can find him. No, he never gets enough credit. We've been looking for him for a long time. He's difficult to nail down. I don't know if he's nice or not. I mean, certainly would love to have him on the show. Hey, listen, it's going to be a good time tonight, right?
Yeah, it's like finding Jesus. You found Robert Romanus.
For me, that would be just as good, if not better. Just the way I had dinner with Larry from Three's Company last Monday.
Oh my God.
I'd much rather have dinner with him than Biden or anybody else.
Larry Storch?
Richard Klein.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Larry
Storch was in F Troop.
I'm getting my wires crossed. My classic sitcom wires crossed.
You're not supposed to know. I mean, I know you know the stuff I know, but you're too young to know, that Larry Storch was in F Troop. But you're not young enough to not know who Larry from Three's Company is. But you didn't have to know his actual name. Okay. He was the best. We were supposed to see him last night too, but because I guess the cold weather got to him, he didn't show up. He lives in Jersey, so it was a tough one.
Oh, I liked your Paul Lynde in the snow imitation in the beginning. Was why you can't play football. Oh. My hands are cold.
I can't help myself.
I can't play football if there's ice on the field.
What do we got coming up? Oh, the real Ghost. That was the Ghostbusters before there was the Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Remember the theme song goes, "We're the Ghostbusters. He's Spencer. I'm Tracy. He's Kong." Something like that.
Yeah,
I like the beanie cap.
They had to make a deal with this show when your dad came out with the Ghostbusters movie.
That was
maybe you know about this.
It was on that episode, The Films That Made Us, that it was a trademark issue, right, with the title for the
Something
old
like
show.
That.
Yeah, that's why the deal cartoon's called Real Ghostbusters.
Right. Didn't they have like an alternate title or something that they were working with?
Well, no. When that show came out on Saturday mornings, it was called, I think it was just called Ghostbusters. And then I think they had to change it to something because of your dad demanding it. This poor Larry Storch was like 90 years old, and your dad was bullying him. I'm just kidding. That I'm sure Larry had nothing to do with it.
No, but I just mean the show was still going when they were coming.
No, that show lasted a season, and if that, it was.
Yeah. What happened was they relaunched it to be a cartoon called Ghostbusters, and the movie Ghostbusters cartoon had to be called Real Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay.
Right. The Ghostbusters cartoon based on the movie was called The Real Ghostbusters. I remember that. Yes. But that one with Larry Storch lasted, there must be like 10 episodes tops.
Right.
I remember when I was a kid, when it came out, because I was going to watch anything with Larry Storch, because, it's the F Troop getting together again. The last thing that guy, Forrest Whitaker, is that? Wait, who's the guy that was in Fast Times?
That was Forrest Whitaker, Dave.
Yes, I know, right? It almost sounds wrong when you say it, but it was him.
It was Forrest Tucker.
Forrest Tucker was in F Troop. Forrest Whitaker won the Oscar after being in your mom's movie.
Yes.
Okay. So Forrest Tucker and Bob Denver were in a show called Far Out Space Nuts.
Yeah.
Which I ripped off from my puppet show that's on YouTube, where we're going into space with this puppet dog I have, Bernie, or we were cleaning out the capsule, and we go, breakfast, check, lunch, check. I said lunch, not launch. And that's that was the entire premise to Far Out Space Nuts. So there it is. Oh, it's not Forrest Tucker. Was that Pat McCormick or?
I don't know.
That's a great puppet too. Yeah. So was that a big trademark issue for you where they had to
It was
retroactively make
it was
another
not. It was
cartoon version
not.
of the thing and
No,
yours
not
was the
really
real?
classic trademark issue problem.
I didn't
No.
encounter that either. The estate of Ratso Rizzo didn't come after me here.
Well, I was gonna say, isn't that a Muppet name?
It was Rizzo. And then we use that as a joke in the opening episode where it's like, the mother Marie being like, I can't believe I let myself get knocked up by Rizzo from the Muppet Show. I bet he never even gave Kermit my headshot. Like, so Ratzo's sort of Rizzo's deadbeat bastard son. It's sort of autobiographical.
Isn't the Muppet named after Dustin Hoffman and Midnight Cowboy?
Yes.
Oh,
'Cause
right.
he was Ratso Rizzo. Yeah. But he wanted to
Wait,
be
so
Rico.
what? Yours is Rizzo Ratso?
No, it's just Ratso.
Oh, Ratso. But Dustin Hoffman's character in what is it?
In Midnight
Midnight Cowboy.
Cowboy.
Is
yeah.
what?
They called him Ratso even though his name was Rico. Didn't they
Oh, is
call
that
him
right?
Ratso Rizzo?
Yeah.
And he was
That's
always
the,
upset because he wanted to be Rico.
That's the I'm Walking Here guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fucked up film. I finally saw it. Holy shit.
It really is. I feel like I should be on more LSD when I watch it sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to sit there the whole time going like, why was this rated X? When it first came out, and that's what I'm always looking for. Like, what is it? What is it? And yeah, I guess there's a couple of things where you'd be confused of maybe why back then it could be rated X. It's 1969.
What was Last Tango in Paris rated?
I think that was an R-rated movie.
How
I
does
don't think
that get
was-
an R rating and Midnight Cowboy gets an X?
Well, I don't know. Back then, like, I don't know what they did with Rocky, but Saturday Night Fever, yeah, and Saturday Night Fever and Jaws, I believe, both had R ratings, and then because they wanted everybody to see it because it was so popular, I guess they cut out some scenes and made it PG. But I think now when they air them, they're usually the full versions, the rated whatever R was back then.
Right.
Which I was always found fascinating that they would just change it.
Right. I love
but
that Last
Tango in
Tango in
Paris
Paris
was-
cut that's PG-13 where they take out get the butter scene and so that you can watch it.
What did you
with
say,
the
Mike?
kids.
Last Tango in Paris was initially given an X rating as well.
Oh, it was.
Oh, okay. That
Well
makes
done.
sense.
Well done.
There we
I don't
go.
remember hearing about that. What year did that come out?
It's 70s something?
Yeah, I want to say 72. 72.
72.
Mm-hmm.
Like the same time The Godfather came out? What a chick. I'll tell you, that guy's a hell of an actor then. God
What a
damn.
year.
That's impressive as hell.
Yeah.
And it was Chuck McCann in Far Out.
Chuck McCann. That's the guy, right? Hi, Catalina. Mike, why don't you show this thing? I don't even remember what I got from the news today. Let's see what that first thing is. I forgot what I had sent you. Something was going on today. I read about. Oh yeah, this is from the Emmys last night. Did everybody see this green person? Apparently, this green person was all over the Emmys, just hanging around. And if you go to the next picture, I think it's just another. I just.
Oh, is this for RuPaul's Drag Race?
Yeah, so it turns out she was the winner of season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes.
Oh.
He's
And-
like, just let the drag queens read your kids' books already. Fuck you.
Yeah. Her name is Princess Penelope, I think. And if you go to the next picture, that's what he actually looks like.
I thought it was the witch from Legend.
Yeah, well, I don't know what somebody was pulling a fast one, but it's kind of funny. I wonder why more people don't. This guy's a genius. I
Yeah.
wonder why more people don't dress up stupid like that. Now, you want to get attention? That's the way to do it.
I love the Phyllis Diller route where it's like, I'm going to be as loud as I can visually as soon as I walk in the
Why
room.
not? Why would you take yourself seriously if you just won RuPaul's Drag Race season 15? This guy's got it figured out. He might last a while, like we might hear of him next year.
You know
by
who he
doing
looks
something
like out of costume? You know who he looks like? John C. Riley's hot son.
Are you saying that he looks like John C. Reilly if he had a son, or you actually know John C. Reilly's son?
I
and he's
don't
hot?
know him, but John C. Reilly has a son who is like inexplicably model-esque hot.
Really?
And he looks like that guy.
Well, Mike will have to get us a picture of that
Oh, wow.
after we finish this. Let's just finish up these. I think there's only 2 more left. Or are you going to get the? Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. This guy is a chancellor at the University of Wisconsin. He just got fired because him and his wife make cooking shows, but they're pornos. Like they invite porn stars over and they make these cooking shows, and they make vegan food. But yet for some reason there's some porn aspect to it, so he just got fired. And obviously he's a moron because you cannot. Who doesn't know not to do that if you're... I don't think he's a professor. I think he was just a lacrosse chancellor, whatever that is.
He was a TA.
If what?
He was a TA for tits and ass.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just, be smarter. I think about this all the time when I want to make fun of protests.
Does it count as vegan if you knead the dough with your ass?
I believe
so.
So.
Is that like a cross-contamination animal byproduct thing?
I think that constitutes still vegan, yes.
Okay.
What's the next one, Mike? I think it's the last one. Oh, does anybody know who that is?
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, you can go to the next picture. Yeah, it's right. Sometimes I put pictures of people that we just don't know who they are anymore because they've had so much work done. It's so sad. They paid her a lot of money to be in the new Mean Girls. She was doing it. Go back to the other one, Mike, if you can.
She looks like one of the Real Housewives.
Yeah, it's disappointing. She was so pretty and cute, and I don't like this.
Hollywood will get to you.
She's too young to look like this still, It's not like she's not even 40. I mean, is she even 35?
She's got to be like a couple of years younger than me, right?
Yeah,
and
I never know.
I'm 38, so she's probably like mid-30s. Yeah.
I wonder if she's mid. I mean, she's been around a long time, but she was a kid, so
Hollywood, like you get famous as a young hot girl, and then you get too anorexic, and you get face work before you need the face work, and then you just end up looking weird.
Yeah, you should see what happened to the Love Bug.
The Love Bug, unrecognizable. Hits a Tesla truck now.
That's it, Mike. Do you have a picture of?
Oh yeah,
John C. Reilly's kid. I got to see this. I will completely, if you are correct, I will be like, wow.
It's almost, I had to do, but he's also got a fun sense of humor, like an absurdist. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, that's not for me. Ooh, no.
No?
No.
It does look the other guy though.
I guess. No.
There's a resemblance.
I'm more of a Harry Styles guy,
Okay.
I like guys that look like girls. That's why I always found John Bon Jovi attractive,
What about Bret Michaels back in the day?
Oh, absolutely. Guy was gorgeous.
Cinderella, just all of them.
Well, just, even that album cover for the first Poison album. I mean, I'm teaching that in class next week, like I'm just like, this is what I don't know why people are having trouble with androgyny. Is that what it's called, or what we're doing with the what am I missing? What's the name of the trans people? When we were all growing up, we all bought that album and nobody cared.
Yeah,
they're all dressed like girls.
I think there's a difference between androgyny and being trans, and even my a friend of mine who is trans and transitioned very early, she's kind of annoyed at the new wave of trans being like, gender fluidity or non-conforming isn't the same as what I had to go through, and now you're all taking my jobs.
That's what Mike and I were just talking about, because some of these Palestinian protests, a lot of them are posers. They're not even Palestinian, and they're just troublemakers. They're white people dressed up in a towel, and they're making a lot of trouble for everybody.
I don't think you have to be Palestinian to be upset about, and I also think that it's not necessarily anti. There's a lot of Jews who are upset about, and in the same way, I don't think it's anti-American to be like, I think our government went a little too far to however you feel about it. But the wearing the thing is also cultural appropriation. It's like you see a white kid wearing the thing and it's like sometimes I get yelled at by people on the subway for like, this isn't your heritage. It's not your culture. Take that fucking thing off.
Well, apparently they found out they are just they're just posing and they have no view. Right, Mike? We were just talking about this, right?
Oh yes. What's your face made that great video. You're talking about androgyny. I think this is what the future is going to be like.
What
movies? What's that
what's
from?
that from?
Is that Eric Idle?
No, it's Zardoz.
No, in the corner though, that guy.
No, it's not Eric Idle.
I have facial blindness.
Well, what movie is that?
It does look like Zardoz with Sean Connery.
Which one is Sean Connery?
Oh, you've never seen Zardoz?
No.
Zardoz is about the future where people can live forever, so they get so bored they don't even want to, like, they're not able to get erections or have sex. And Zardoz is the guy in charge of getting them food, and Sean Connery plays an exterminator. That's one of the guys who gets them food. I'm gonna bring it up real quick. 1 second.
I have never heard of that before in my life. You would think I would know every Sean Connery movie at that time.
You probably know the outfit when you see it.
The description almost sounds like everything you wanted to know about sex, or it's like everyone just touches an egg and has an orgasm.
It sounds like I do not remember that outfit, and I've never seen that poster in my life. My
But
God.
Do you find him attractive? Is this your kind of femboy?
No, it is not.
No?
No, it is rules. And look what it says. In the year 2023, Earth is ruled by... Yeah, I think they got it wrong.
Actually, it feels accurate.
Yeah.
So wait.
When you watch the movie, it actually... The themes of it are like, oh yeah, that's kind of happening in the terms of how we're separating ourselves.
Why would he be okay with this after playing James Bond? I don't understand. He was really trying to ruin that image.
Oh, because he plays the only guy who can get a boner. So.
Oh, well. It says Charlotte Rampling is in it too.
Oh my God, really?
It's a John Boorman movie?
Yeah. This was a movie he wanted to make Lord of the Rings. They said that's going to cost too much. So he said, I'll make this one then.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, do you know what year it was? Is it 84 like it says, or?
No, it was from the 70s.
70s, yeah.
So Sean Connery in a balcony somehow is like the rung below Lord of the Rings somehow.
Yeah.
Hi, Leanna.
High boots.
I haven't seen you before. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. She loves the Zardoz commentary. Here, why don't we look at I'm going to share my screen with the football we have to do. Okay, Molly?
Mm-hmm.
It's not that long today.
Do I need to play the theme?
You what? Oh, great idea. Thank you. Nobody plays the theme. Of course. How could I forget?
For the football one, right?
Oh, that's right. Mike, you have to show the first thing, right? So that I've decided to end week 18. Mike is the champion of the regular season 2023 NFL thing. I think, did I give you that next picture? Oh, I think I forgot to send it. Nope, I forgot. I made a big poster for you and I forgot to send it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
A big poster with your picture on it. I'll have it next week. Mike wins the NFL challenge, the weekly challenge, wins it kind of not by a landslide. He just edged out Nick by a couple of games, but well done, Mike. I'll have your picture next week.
Thank you.
Nick is in second. I came in third, and you guys stink.
It's just
and then who won last week? I think you won again, or you and Nick did good. I don't know what happened.
Oh, we tied.
Oh, we all went. No, you guys, the chat room won. Went 4-2. We all went 3-3. That I mean, these games were ridiculous. The Texans just crushed Cleveland. Kansas City crushed the Dolphins. The Bills crushed Pittsburgh. Green Bay crushed Dallas, and the Tampa Bay crushed the Eagles. The only competitive game was the LA and the Lions. What a strange week it was. But right now, the guests, that would be you this week, Molly, are winning by a lot. You know, Boris made some awesome picks last week, and now we're going to do that now. I'm going to share my screen, Michael.
All right.
And
So like all these games were like blowout, 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 blowout.
yeah, every one except for Saturday night.
Okay.
So now you have to pick, as me and Mike do in the chat room as well. There's only 4 games, so don't panic. You don't have to know anything. I mean, the fact that the guests are winning is hilarious because really only 2 of our guests actually ever know anything about football. I would say Greg Fitzsimmons and Tom Papa, and that's it, just those 2. Well, actually, Sarah Silverman knows a lot because she's in my football pool. So 3 people knew, and the rest of them had no idea what was happening, and they still did great.
Okay.
So you're in good company here. There's a lot of big spreads this week for some reason. We have the Baltimore Ravens, who are the number 1 seed, playing in Baltimore on Saturday night or Saturday afternoon against the Houston Texans that, really showed the Cleveland Browns what they're up to. That's a lot of points. I'm confused by it. The Baltimore, you know what? I'm going to take Baltimore. I just changed my mind. I'm going to maybe take the Texans, and maybe I should go on that ride. But Baltimore seems to just teach everybody a lesson in respect. I am going to take the points. I'm going to say they win by 10. Mike, your thoughts?
I'm going to go with the Texans. I think even if they don't win, they're going to be within 9.
Okay, that's a good way to pick. Molly, what do you think? These are Houston Texans and Baltimore Ravens.
And are we taking into account a spread of any
Yes.
kind, or is it just who?
Yes, but it's okay if you want. But yes, the Ravens are favored by 9 points. They need to win by 10 for you to win your bet.
That sounds like a wide spread.
I usually don't tell the guests about it because they don't know how it works. So I couldn't be more thrilled that you actually asked that question.
Well, because in football, like 2 minutes can be an eternity. So like even scoring one thing seems like a big fucking deal. I'm going to go with the Ravens.
All right.
Just because I like
That's the right choice.
Yeah.
And what is everybody else saying? Ravens, Mike?
Ravens.
In the chat room. Okie dokie. And then we have the number 1 seed, San Francisco 49ers, against the upstart Green Bay Packers. And the 49ers this time are favored by 9.5. So the 49ers will also have to win by 10. That one, I don't know. I'm going to take the Packers in this one. I don't know why. I got a feeling. Mike?
I'm going to go San Francisco.
Yeah, it's probably the right move. Molly, what do you think? This is the, Wisconsin Green Bay Packers against the San Francisco 49ers.
I like Wisconsin where the cheese is from Bonnie and Clyde. So
they do wear cheese heads on their they wear cheese hats on their heads.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm going with Wisconsin.
Nice. Good call. And what do I see everybody else doing? I saw Packers and I saw I saw Packers all the way, right, Mike?
Yeah, they're mostly Packers.
Mostly Packers, okay.
Yep.
And then we go to Sunday. I love when they have just a 3 and a 6:30. That's what the next 3 weeks are then the next 3 and 6:30, and then the Super Bowl is at 6:30. Then it's all done. So this is a tough one. The Lions -6 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have been playing just okay. I think the Lions have a breakout game. I'm going to take them -6. Mike?
I'm going to go Lions as well.
Molly, the Lions won the first time they ever won a playoff in 50 years, and people were crying in the stand. They just kept cutting to this 89-year-old guy who's had season tickets since the 50s, and everybody was emotional. It was very exciting. But then they have Baker Mayfield, and these guys are just, they're beating up on bad teams, the Buccaneers. That's why I think the Lions will do better. What do you think, Molly?
It sounds like there's a lot riding for the Lions, and that adrenaline and emotion could work in their favor. But I also do just love the term Buccaneer. So I'm going to be the outlier on this and go for the Buccaneers.
All right.
I like the cut of their jib.
What's everybody saying in the chat, Mike?
They're going Lions.
They're going Lions. And finally, the final game of the weekend, we have the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs, the Super Bowl champs, the defending champions, who have never had to go on the road in the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl. So this is exciting. Mike, you go first this time. I can't make up my mind.
I'm going to go Bills because I think something's going to happen. I think someone's going to get tripped on a rock or something crazy.
Molly, what do you think?
Wait, who's Travis Kelce's in one of these things?
That's right. This is the Taylor Swift thing. I don't know whether she's going to travel to Buffalo, but if you travel to Kansas City, why wouldn't you go to Buffalo? I mean, you might as well just go for it all. If you're going to these crappy towns your boyfriend plays in, it's like being like he's a bad comic and she has to go to all these horrible places.
My billionaire girlfriend's coming to see me play in Buffalo.
She's probably like, don't you ever play in like San Francisco or LA or anything? No, we're in a weird division. Go to Denver. It's nice there.
I'm gonna go with the Bills.
Smart. I think I'm also gonna go with the Bills too. Oh, that's gonna be a good game. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Bills. Kansas City on the road. I don't know. What is everybody saying here?
They're mostly Kansas City.
Mostly Kansas City. I like it. I like it. And the chat room's been very good. So there it is. Week 20, the divisional playoffs in the place where they play for pay. All right. And now, I guess we'll just go right to the slides. You're all right with that, Molly?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
All right.
All right. I am sharing my screen. And we open today with Chris Christie.
Oh, look at how thin he got.
Huh? Yeah, he took away his bid for the presidency, and as you can see, all those people behind him, they seem like they'd be okay with that.
All 6 of them who supported him are
look
mildly disappointed.
Why? What was he even thinking? I wonder how much money could have been saved or given to charity without him even entering the race.
Sandwich shops went out of business.
Like he ever would have, given it to charity. All the Chick-fil-A's that could have gotten.
Here are the Bidens doing a little campaign event in Pennsylvania, but I just like this one because it really just looks like Joe Biden doesn't know which direction the audience is in. That's why I like this particular still shot. I'm sure he's waving to somebody, but when I first saw it, I'm like, he's looking in the wrong direction. Like, why would they make this the photo?
Yeah, it's sort of like when Hillary was running and they dropped the balloons from the thing and everyone froze on that face she made. And it's like, I just feel so bad for anyone running for president because it's like, the second you face the wrong way or make a stupid face or take a bite out of a corn dog, they're right there to be like, haha, you look stupid.
Yep. This day and age is the worst to run for president. You got to be insane, which they are.
Yes.
Look at this
Case
guy.
in point.
Courtroom. I mean, this is amazing. He's in the courtroom, and then here is a line for a Donald Trump campaign event. I guess it's in Iowa.
He won the fucking Iowa caucus.
He won by a landslide.
Ugh.
He wasn't even there. He didn't even campaign. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
And we have to be mad at this is in Iowa. It looks so beautiful, but it's evil inside. What's the matter with you people?
You have that great writers program and then just bullshit for miles around.
That's what happens when you let corn vote.
Yeah.
I mean, this is insane. I mean, it really is. And See this guy, what Vivek Ramaswamy? What's his name?
God. Yeah.
So he just dropped out today
Mm.
because he didn't do well. It was Trump and then distantly DeSantis and Nikki Haley. So they think that's great. They're doing great. So they're moving on. This guy couldn't make it because of the snow. So he just zoomed in on people. And I think they're like, fuck this guy. If you can't make it in the snow, how are you going to be president of the United States? I don't know. There is something to that. It was nice of him to zoom in, but still.
Did you see that thing that Trump said when they were talking about the snow in the Iowa caucus? He's like, I don't care if you have pneumonia, just tell your loved ones, like, I gotta go vote, even if you die afterwards, it's worth it. And I was like, this is how much he cares about his voters. And then sure as shit, they all go vote for him anyway.
I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. I just can't believe. I woke up this morning. I'm like, I didn't even know he was on the. I thought he wasn't even allowed to be on the polls or something.
Well, he was barred from being on the ballot in Maine and Colorado, and I think they were trying to contest that. But I'm just like, how is this motherfucker, after telling people to inject bleach and inciting an insurrection, still on any ballot for anything?
Of course, as we know, that worked on me too because I was using bleach, and then I, had to see a neurologist because I didn't realize it was bad for me. Molly, I wish I was kidding. I was listening to him back then. And on the other side, here's Hunter Biden in trouble. It's like there's no way to win. Everybody who's been president or is going to be president or whatever is all in trouble with the law. It's all bad news. Now, this handsome young fella is the new French prime minister. That's the outgoing prime minister on the left.
Okay.
His name is Gabriel. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Gabriel Attal.
Any relation to David? Dave Attal?
That's what his name is, but look how handsome he is, like Justin Trudeau. Hello.
Viva la France.
Well, that's what we need. Somebody really hot, man or woman. That's why I'm voting for Nikki Haley. She's the hottest one in the race. She texts me every day. Hi, Dave, it's Nikki. We really need help out in Iowa. And I want to keep putting stop, but I answered once and she never answered back. I thought maybe she'd answer.
I just like those emails I used to get from Al Franken or, from the DNC. It's like blanket emails. And some of them get really passive aggressive where it's just like, I'm begging you. Well, I guess you're voting for Trump because we haven't heard from you in a while. And it's
yeah, they're begging you. That's what I keep getting that too. And I love Al Franken. I told Al Franken I would switch parties if he wants to run for Senate again here. I told him, I said, listen, you got to beat that horrible Catherine Gillibrand. And if you do that, I will switch parties and help your
Kirsten
campaign.
Gillibrand?
What did I say?
No. Catherine Gillibrand?
No, you got it right.
Oh,
Kirsten
okay.
Gillibrand.
I like Al Franken. I just feel like once you're in the Senate, you have to tone down the Harpo Marx thing and you can't be grabbing asses.
Yep.
Honk, honk.
But, I would totally work with him again.
He seems like a nice guy.
He's
he's very smart and very funny.
So here,
and he was in Harold's movie. So, where's that?
No, wait, don't tell me he's in Harold's movie.
He was Stuart Smalley.
No, don't tell me. What'd you say? You said it. I didn't hear it.
Stuart Smalley Saves His Family.
Oh God, that's a Harold Ramis film.
It was the one he thought he would be remembered for, as my mom says.
For real?
His words, I guess. This is the one they're going to remember me for.
Oh, my. I don't. Wow. Aunt Judy is saying, I've been an elected official, won, and now I get a pension from New Jersey. Yeah, she won back in the 90s when Jeff Ross was living where she was in Springfield, and he voted for her.
Nice.
It was very nice. This is a protest in Seattle. One of those things. I don't know what, Molly, I didn't tell you what happened to me, but if you listen to my podcast this week, which why would you? I can just tell you now.
I don't listen to podcasts. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I went to an all-you-can-eat rib place, and then I got stuck just like these cars behind a protest line, and they just like have no, compassion for people that have just been to an all-you-can-eat rib place. And that's what bothers me about these protests.
That's why you need to have the Gatorade bottle.
It's completely the Gatorade bottle is not going to help.
That's why they sell the bucket after you leave.
Yeah.
What?
The Gatorade bottle Oh, sorry.
The
That's why
Gatorade
they
bottle's
sold
not
the-
going to help. An all-you-can-eat rib place, and it's not. I had all-you-can-eat ribs. Then I had coffee. I had cake. I had 2 things of baked beans. I had catfish. I had shrimp, and then I was going home from New Jersey to New York, and I almost met. I was on 8th Avenue and 45th Street, and I just had to get to 56th, and there was a protest. And this is what the protest. I mean, I guess I should be lucky. I was behind these people, so we could kind of creep along. They weren't stopping. You just had to go really slow, and it was
Oh, okay.
torture.
So they're
I
like
said-
leading a protest of cars with pork sweats.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say the Gatorade bottle for the pee and the Folgers can, like in that movie where they in a White Lotus or some shit.
That's the girl from two broke girls. What's that girl in White Lotus who is in all commercials now? She's in all the Christopher Guest movies. Why can't I think of her name?
Oh,
The blonde.
yes, Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge. Right. I stayed at her house for a couple of days when I was in LA before she was popular.
Hmm.
Kind of
Was
a
she
bit-
nice? She seems like she
Not
has a
really.
nice house.
No.
No.
She had a nice house, but she was taking care of it for somebody else. They had a bunch of actors living in it. It was very strange.
Hmm.
But this is a communist party in India that are, getting together. This just can't be good for anybody. I mean, this is a turnout. That's a protest for you.
It looks like communist Woodstock.
Exactly. It just doesn't look good for the United States somehow. I don't know. And I don't know. You heard about that plane where the panel fell off, the Alaskan Airlines plane?
Yes, yes.
My worst fear was recognized. I was told by Marina Franklin that the panel fell off and somebody's shirt got ripped off. And that would be the worst thing that could happen to me on a plane with no replacement shirt, that I would have to go shirtless while the plane landed and through the airport until I got to a store where I could buy a shirt.
You'd have a hell of a
have
story.
nightmares of just being shirtless. I'm not even talking about pantsless, shirtless.
You could tell people you just joined the Mile High Club.
That was his excuse right there.
I
to
was
get
sitting
rid of
there
a
and
he didn't like.
Yeah, I guess no.
He didn't like the shirt. His wife made him wear it, and he was like, "Perfect." Oh, they took my shirt.
Right. It fell out
And
the
it's
window.
why I'm drinking again.
Darn, and that was my favorite shirt.
Sorry, honey. This is a building in Japan that fell over. I mean, this is what you never see.
Go home, building. You're drunk.
I mean, it's kind of funny and sad at the same time, just because it just tipped over. This is where I want that to happen in my building, where we can all get out, and then of course I say, "God, what a week I'm having!" And of course, it reminds me of the Batman when they're always on the tilt.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do they call it? A Dutch shot or something?
Dutch
I think
angle.
A
it's
Dutch
called?
angle, yeah.
A Dutch angle. Why is it called that, Ma? Do you know?
Maybe because you're like tilted like a blade on a windmill or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I was because you knew it, so I just found that out today.
It's named after Victor
Maybe a
Dutch.
Dutch person came up with it. Yeah.
Yes, perhaps. This is a float. It's called White Day in Colombia, and
Is that the White Devil?
exactly. I mean, I don't know why they call it that. This is the white people parade. I envision when they call it White Day. This is what should be. These things. That's White Day for me. I don't know what the hell those Colombians are talking about. They got to
real
change
quick,
that name.
Real quick, Dave. It's thought to have come from the German Expressionist movement in the 1920s and 30s, and thought to be a mispronunciation of the word Deutsch.
Wait. So
There we go.
the Dutch shot, you mean?
Yeah.
Do you think that pisses the Germans off too?
Of course, it
Were they-
pisses them
That's
off.
what caused World War One.
They're angry about everything. I don't know why I took this. This is a ship. I don't know what this ship was doing. This is in Oslo, and because it's cold there, this mist was coming out of the ocean, which is cool. But what kind of ship is that? Why is that even on the? It looks like the one I know from The man with the golden gun.
It's actually a still from Our Flag Means Death shoot.
I thought it was one of those boats that imports Draculas.
Right. Well, that's what. Remember they tied up Tattoo in one of the, what do they call it? A masthead or mast? No, masthead's in a magazine. Remember they tied him up at the end. She goes, "You didn't. I did." And then they just cut away. Good night. Good night. And then it looks like they kept him alive. I don't know why. He was trying to kill him the whole time.
What was his name?
I don't know why. I like having the ending because they just keep showing that ship soaring, and then of course they tell you that The Spy Who Loved Me is coming next. Very exciting. Do you know the movie where they didn't fuck it up, but they still have like after The Spy Who Loved Me? Does anyone know where they say James Bond will return in?
No.
Or let me put it this way: do you know which movies have the same James Bond will return in, and they have it twice in two separate movies?
Oh, Never Say Never Again?
No. It's For Your Eyes Only. They have it twice. After The Spy Who Loved Me, it says James Bond will return in For Your Eyes Only. Then Star Wars came out, and they decided we better do a space one, so we'll make Moonraker. So then after Moonraker, it says James Bond will return in For Your Eyes Only. So it's
They
twice.
did a space Bond?
You never seen Moonraker?
I've never seen a James Bond movie all the way through.
What? When you come to town, I'm going to watch that with you, and you are going to laugh.
Okay.
I am going to show you Moonraker, and we're going to get high,
yes.
and we're going to watch it, and you will be overjoyed. Yes, they made a space one, Bond in Space, and it was classic and fun and good, if you're a 13-year-old boy, and it made a lot of money, even though everybody knew it was stupid, but it worked. And it's just, but it's fun because I remember sitting in Moonraker in the movies and going like, well, they keep threatening they're going to show us For Your Eyes Only, but they I think quite frankly For Your Eyes Only turned out to be okay, but the real fun is Octopus.
If you kids don't behave, we're going to make For Your Eyes Only.
Right.
If you kids don't shut up, sorry.
We are going to make you watch For Your Eyes Only. Don't shut up, right? This is just like a dude in Saudi Arabia. This is something I would love to do if it wasn't so anti-Semitic there. Is just, man, ride a motorcycle on the dunes like that. Wouldn't that be fun?
I think you say walk barefoot in the dunes. Doing the spices.
I mean, this would be so much fun to just go real fast and have all that open space. I don't know.
That would terrify me. Too much open space, too much sun.
No, the sun would be a problem, but I'll prepare for it in advance. This is a food truck in China.
Oh, nice.
It's obviously at a place, but I thought it would be funny if it was. Yeah,
Candyland, China.
Yeah, there's no actual place like this. I don't think it's China. We'd have to second guess China if it was actually made like that. Like, I like go to China in the winter. It's very nice over there. But
glass houses.
This is South Korea. This is fishing for trout in South Korea. It just looks like there's too many people on the ice. Like, this is not going to end well for anybody. It must be such thick ice. It must be freezing.
They almost look like stadium bleachers from afar at first.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look at these people have stadium chairs like they're tailgating. And it's just, I mean, if you're in the middle of that thing, it's not like they're going to help you get out in South Korea. I don't know. It's
are those ropes?
What?
Are those ropes the divine lanes?
No, I think it's chalk.
Oh.
Because if there were ropes, that would be
maybe
helpful.
You're right. Maybe it is rope.
If you do fall in, at least you can grab a rope.
Oh, maybe. That's good.
A little liability insurance.
Somebody was nice enough to take pictures of this dancer in New York.
Sigourney Weaver, read it again.
No, her name is
okay.
Guy Madison, and apparently she is, I think, an extra in the Gilded Age. I don't know why, but I guess she is like an actress as well.
She just likes to pole dance in the snow during the actor's strike or something.
Yeah, something like that. But it does make it is nice. I mean, that's the funny thing about New York City. It's so gross, but when it snows, everywhere is nice.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah,
pleasant.
right below the picture line is a homeless guy just throwing up.
This is my favorite picture of the day. It's a bunch of dogs waiting for their owners at a shopping center. So it's not good because the dogs are left in the car, but the fact that it just looks like they're driving. I mean, if I walked by that car and I saw them in there, I don't know whether I'd laugh or call the cops.
They look like a couple that's just gotten into an argument as
I
they
know.
arrived at their
Yeah,
destination.
it's
Like those two gay guys in the Sonic commercials.
oh, I meant to do that. I was looking at the. I just went to the next one. I've never seen a horse just rolling in sand. I didn't know that was something horses did, like a dog. Or did you know that?
I've seen cows and stuff do it when they're just so happy to be let out of a stable or a thing.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
this
that
horse
horse saw the same photo of the dunes as you and was like, I just want to roll around and all
I've
that.
just never seen a
sand."
horse be happy and do that. But why should they be happy? They're sitting in stables all the time. Right? Now you see how important it is for them to get out.
He's
and
just
how
happy
bad
to
I
not
guess
be
we
on
treat
his.
them.
Yeah, happy to not be on his feet.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how they stay up. And these are cows they're transporting. It got flooded in Belgrade or Belgrade, right?
Mm.
So they're transporting cows to like another section and stuff. I don't know. It just reminds me of Babe when they're like the sheep are too stupid to move. Baram you.
It's like a cow taking the biggest leap of faith I've ever seen.
Exactly. Right. Because I wonder if you have to jump over that or is that gonna hold you? But so this is there's a sculptor, his name is Ron, I don't know how you pronounce it, Muck or Muick in Milan. He's a sculptor and he makes these kind of, because that scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
This is not a real woman.
Giant disappointed woman after sex.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what it's called. That is the name. But it reminded me, Mike, of course, of that little Amal who scares the hell out of me. That's her in Grand Central.
That is terrifying.
And
I'm a
is
puppet
more
person.
terrifying because then you're like, what's going on over there? This is what the Lloyd Bridges after the coming right at us. But this is the guy's other, like he just makes these big sculptures, which are like these hellhounds.
Wow.
And then this creepy as shit.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know whether I'd want to go to an exhibit like this. I don't know.
A still life of a stillborn. Yeah. It's just like, can you describe your art? I make big, creepy stuff.
Well,
like
he
an old
also,
naked Italian man.
he also makes creepy little stuff.
Oh, God.
That freaked the hell out of me out because I thought this was real until I saw that there was a person there, and it's still so good. And he's got like a bullet wound too, so it's still creepy.
It's nice that he's not all one note. He makes him big, he makes him little.
Exactly. This one, I don't know. This is just a bunch of people that are believing in stuff. It's weird. Like it's Saint Gauchito in Argentina. They ask for miracles, which is kind of funny that they're holding this and there's a lightning storm above. So I was kind of fascinated. But then this one's really weird. They a priest throws a golden crucifix in Turkey, and you got to go. Everybody goes to swim for it and find it, and it's supposed to rid you of evil spirits. But it seems like everybody's evil who's trying to push you underwater so they can get it. They can get it. I don't know.
Right. This seems like something out of Dante's Inferno.
Exactly. It seems evil, and that guy doesn't look. Not like he doesn't look. I mean, this guy looks like he is evil.
Right.
I don't know why.
Will you kill for salvation?
Exactly.
Okay.
This is that horrible improv group called Improv Everywhere. I hate them. I have my reasons. They scammed me once on a TV show, so I hate them. And this is their no pants subway day that they do. This is in London, and they do it in America too. I mean, they can't have hot girls wearing no pants. What does it have to be, boys? But they do it. No, that's something else. But yeah, they do it in America too. No pants day. And then this was the silly walk day in Czechoslovakia. That seems much more entertaining than no
Yes.
pants day on the subway. They have to take the subway and pretend like it's not bothering them. That's the gag.
I
They
like
do
the
it every
silly
year.
walk better. I like the silly walk.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
silly
need to
walk
see an improv bro showing off why he blasted his quads for 6 months just to show his hairy legs on
And
the
it is
subway.
based on the Monty Python sketch. So that's what makes it good. And this is in the Czech
Yes.
Republic, not just London, where it would be too easy. So I like that. And thus ends our things for the day. There he is.
Hervé
they called him
Village.
They called
What?
him Knick-Knack, which is
Knick-Knack, yes.
Yeah.
Well, after I finish this lovely lunch that Knick-Knack has prepared.
I think if they reboot Knick-Knack.
Oh my god.
Oh! Molly, do you know him?
I do not.
Oh, goodness. Well, you're lucky.
Juskow.
Who is that?
Bond movie.
I mean, I love Hervé Village, but I don't know this person.
No, you wouldn't know him. What's his name again, Mike?
Mario Bosco.
Mario Bosco. He's insane.
He's-
Hey,
he's a-
Juskow, what the fuck? You don't let me on your show? Come on, you gotta let me on that show. That's the way he talks.
yeah, he's a haunted puppet that does comedy.
I love it.
He's great.
Oy. Well, that's our show for today,
This has been enlightening
Molly.
on so many levels.
It's so great to always have you on the show. I mean, I really wish you'd just move back and then we can hang out. And
If it's any consolation, I probably will. But if not, we will definitely get high and watch a Bond movie.
Breaker.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, Mike. If I have to quit, if she's never seen a Bond film, I think that's the one I would show somebody because it's so hilarious in so many different ways. I mean, we could watch a good one and then we could watch the ones that they're, just what they became after a while until Daniel Craig fixed it again. And now they'll probably be bad for a while again.
I always say watch Dr. No first.
Dr. No. Oh,
Yeah.
Dr. No, right. Yeah, but that could be boring for somebody who's never seen it. I mean, then you go back. If she likes Moonraker, she can go back.
I'm sure even the most serious Bond movie in the 60s was campy as hell.
Oh,
so
yeah. Well, that's
either
the thing.
way.
So the one that made the Bond series, that why they still make them today, is called Goldfinger,
Right.
which, is just
Yeah.
is totally campy and stupid, and you will just die laughing from the ridiculousness of it. But again, if you are a 13-year-old boy, it's the greatest movie ever made.
I've seen like
What-
parts of it where it's like she's dead, but she's painted gold and she's naked.
Well,
or
that was
something like
that was the biggest thing ever, because then you were like, well, could you really kill a person like that? And it said that you can, but the girl that they painted, you have to leave like a little air holes. Like, it was really interesting and again, exciting. A beautiful girl painted gold. They did a callback to one of the Daniel Craig one, Quantum of Solace, where they unfortunately painted a girl in oil. She died. It was because it was horrible.
She actually died?
Well, not in real life.
Oh, okay.
No, in the
That lady
movie.
was Swedish.
No,
For real? She
you
died?
probably would have heard about that on the set. I don't know whether they would have continued making Bond movies after that. I don't know.
I have a different tinge to the whole. Killed the Twilight Zone franchise really fast.
No, she's still alive. So, Molly, wait. So we can see the Rizzo Ratso. What's it called again?
It's just called Ratso.
Ratso
You can.
on
It's
Trauma,
on
streaming Trauma, and
on Trauma
streaming
now
Cool-
and
Cold.
Cold Open with
Right.
a K. And it's on YouTube.
Right.
We all over.
And what
We're
else?
spreading our filth.
What else are you going to be doing? Working
I've been
on?
writing. I've
talk
been
about?
writing a lot. So that's been taking over everything. But I
You
do
did
want to.
mention to us once before. The only reason I mentioned it, you and your mom are working on something, and the strike didn't help. But that's what
strike
you mentioned
didn't
the last
help.
time you were on.
We're working on a new Look Who's Talking.
That's right. That's what you said.
And the strike didn't help. And Mom is she's a genius, but also just an unstoppable force of inertia when she wants to dig her heels in. So And she's also been working on the Clueless musical, so a little bit of split attention. So I was sort of going it alone for a while until I also realized that that wasn't a great strategy because she's a little bit of a control freak. So if you do too much, then she's like, she'll want to change everything or she'll be frustrated that you. So I've started working on other things also. Just writing and being a homebody and trying not to get COVID and failing at that. So
Normally I would mock the control freak and I'm like, well, who is she? But she's made 2 of my favorite movies of all time. So
Yeah.
I'll let it go.
It's like, this is your franchise. I want to prove myself by doing the work, but also deferential to you having all the control.
Now that I'm teaching a class on your mother, I'm going to let it go.
Literally on her.
Well,
must be a small class.
I told you that already.
I'm just kidding.
Now it's building. Now I got a full house this year, 30 kids this time.
No, I mean if you were like body sushi, like if you were literally teaching the class on her. That was stupid.
I did not know what you were
I
saying.
started teaching a puppet building short course at
Really?
my kid's school. Yeah. And that's when we got a COVID exposure warning. And it's like, well, I know it wasn't me and my kids just got vaxxed, but even being COVID adjacent makes me feel responsible somehow.
Oh, but that's so cool. Where do you do it?
It's at the schoolhouse in Vermont.
Like for adults or kids?
No, it's just for the kids in her school.
That is the most adorable thing I've ever heard.
It's pretty cute. Yeah.
That's
I went in
amazing.
there with like some semblance of structure and they just all rushed me in the fabric and I was like, okay, I guess we're diving in. So that was cool.
So awesome. God, I'd like to see video of that. That is so cute. That's amazing.
It's so cute. It makes you want to vomit all over yourself.
Mike, what about you? Where are you going to be performing this week?
This week I'll be at the Black Rabbit in Austin, Texas.
At the where?
The Black Rabbit.
Black Rabbit. You talk too fast to promote your own stuff.
And on Saturday I'll be at the Don't Tell Comedy at Tandem in San Antonio.
Excellent. For me, I'm not doing any stand-up right now. I will be teaching and everything will be cool. And of course, in February, we have the Stupid Pet Tricks happening. So that's the most important of all things.
Woo.
But Molly, this has been great as always. I'm so glad we're always in touch, and I'm so glad you come on the show so we can at least see you virtually. Everybody loves you.
Thank you.
In the chat room, and people just love you anyway. You are a true delight.
Aw, you are a scholar and a gent, and I appreciate you always having me on. And I can't wait to see you in person.
I know, me too. Otherwise, everybody, thank you so much for watching today. This has been the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show, and we'll see you next week, still virtually. So until next time, good night.